the bathrooms, it's gonna be very simple. We're gonna go ahead and get a new white vanity, new mirror, new light fixtures, and then throughout the entire house we'll have black faucets. So in this room right here was actually the garage. It was converted into another bedroom. It's not accounted for on the tax roll, so this property is still a 2-bed, 2-bathroom property.
Oh, we're recording? What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Franz Derival. Some of you guys know me as Sunday. In today's video, I'm gonna take you guys into our newest house flip here in Vero Beach, Florida. Somebody on TikTok actually sent me this deal. Our plan was to wholesale the property, but then we looked at it again and decided, you know, why not take it down, flip it, and make double the profit, right? So we're currently renovating the property, so I'm gonna take you guys inside, talk a little bit about how we found it, how we funded the deal, how much plan on spending on it, and what we're gonna sell it for. So come along and come check it out. So if you're new to flipping houses, one of the main important things is making sure you don't over improve the property, but you also don't want to under improve it. You want to make it very similar to other flips in the area. For this one specifically, we're taking all this pink off, and I wanted to make it very similar to that property because that property sold within the last 4 months. It was one of the top sales in the area for similar properties, so I wanted to make it very similar to one of the top properties that recently sold in this neighborhood. All right, so if you guys come on to the interior of the property, we bought this property for 170 grand. We plan on spending $30,000 on the renovation, so we'll be all in for about $200,000. A conservative ARV in this area for a 2-2, 1,020 square feet is about 250 to 260 ARV. So we'll be all in for 200 and listed at about 250. After all the fees and money costs, we'll probably net somewhere in the range of 25 to 30 grand. But as you guys can see, they've already started the popcorn ceilings. You can see they've already started some of the work. So first thing we're doing is we're scraping the popcorn ceilings throughout the entire interior of the property. Popcorn ceilings just make a property really outdated. Whenever you're modernizing a property, flipping houses, that should be one of the first things on your list. We plan on staying within that $20 to $30 a square foot mark, which is pretty standard for cosmetic fix and flips. It shouldn't be a crazy, huge renovation. Just kind of give this place a nice lipstick job. We'll see how the buyers like it. All right, so for the interior of the property, we're gonna go with the light gray walls on the white trim, and then we're gonna have an LVT, a light gray LVT flooring throughout the entire property. So on our last project, we used a cheaper flooring, laminate vinyl plank. So for this one, our contractor, you know, just for better results, he was like, go ahead and go with the a little bit more expensive one, the laminate vinyl tile. We're gonna try it out. We're gonna see how people like it. And yeah, we should see how it's having the property here in a couple of weeks.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, so on the cabinets, we're gonna keep the white cabinets throughout. I'm gonna order 22 black hardware pools so we can go ahead and open the cabinets. Something different I'm gonna do on this project is get the white tiled backsplash throughout so it can have a nice little modern feel to it. Typically you wanna change out these Formica countertops. It makes the property super outdated. So we're gonna go ahead and come in here with quartz countertops, white and black, got the white backsplash, and then we'll also have stainless steel appliances. So new fridge, stove, new microwave, and we'll also get some nice lighting in here. Keep it modern, keep the LVT going throughout this room as well. So in the bedrooms, it's very simple, guys. Gray on the walls, get some white trim or white baseboards throughout. Get the light gray LVT flooring, new lights. And as you guys can see, so this is the first bedroom because it does have a window. And then there's also a closet space in here. But that's how you determine whether a property is a 2-2, 2-1, 3-2. You know, if the room doesn't have a closet and a window, it's not considered a bedroom. So in the bathrooms, it's gonna be very simple. We're gonna go ahead and get a new white vanity, new mirror, new light fixtures. And then throughout the entire house, we'll have black faucets. The toilet's already brand new, so it'll save us a couple $100 keeping the toilet. Get the gray LVT in here on the flooring. And then, like I said, this is Indian River County. You really don't need to do too much in this area, so we're gonna keep the tub. Get brand new black shower heads and also get black handle. Just get the property really nice and modern. White interior doors, black door handles, black hardware. And I think it should get this property looking really nice.
So same thing in this hallway, gray walls, white trim, gray LVT. And this AC is actually 2 years old, so we really won't have to do anything to the AC. One thing I forgot to mention in the intro is we're ordering the permits right now. So I had a guy pull the permits for the Indian River County. That way we can get a new roof. The roof was re-shingled a few years ago, but it's never actually been replaced. So in this bedroom right here, this is the master bedroom. This room is really huge. Got 2 closets in here. But we're gonna go ahead and get new light fixtures, paint the ceilings white, light gray on the walls, trim, gray LVT throughout. And then if you come in here, so we actually lucked out on this property, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom property. But in the bathrooms, we have brand new toilets, so we won't have to replace that. Saves us about 200 bucks. All we're gonna do is we're gonna get a brand new vanity, brand new mirror, and we're gonna get brand new light fixtures. So what I'm gonna have going on is the white vanities with the black faucets. I think that looks really clean and sleek. In here we're gonna keep the tubs. This area in Indian River County, they don't really call for much, so we're gonna keep the tub, and then we're also gonna go with the black hardware in the bathroom. So wherever the water's coming out is gonna be black. Your handle is gonna be black shower head. And I think it should make the place really nice. We're gonna keep the LVT, keep the gray on white going on, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if y'all like this color combo, color coordination, whatever you want to call it, as compared to the last property. Yeah, I just want to see what you guys like more. So let me know in the comments.
So in this room right here was actually the garage. It was converted into another bedroom. So it's not accounted for on the tax roll. So this property is still a 2-bed, 2-bathroom property, but it comes with a bonus room. So the reason that it's not accounted for, by the way, is because it does have a closet, but there's no window in here. Technically can't be counted as a 3rd bedroom. It's kind of in a dilemma. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should I convert this room back into a garage, or should I just leave it as a bonus room? I don't think it hurts if I leave it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But we're gonna do something very similar. Gray LVT throughout, light gray walls, and then we're gonna get the white trim in here. Get a brand new light fixture, get this place nice and modern. Should look really nice.
Whew, it's freaking hot outside, but South Florida. On the outside, we got this little patio here. This door white, black handles, and throughout the entire exterior is gonna be that light gray color that I was telling you guys about. The rest of this place does need to be trashed out, so we'll pay a couple $1,000 to get it trashed out and cleaned. But that's it for the patio. Hey, so I need somebody's help. Somebody let me know in the comments what kind of tree this is, because this tree, we missed it on the first inspection, but this tree grew right into the soffit. It left a huge hole, added to our renovation budget. But you know, it's part of fix and flipping, part of real estate investing. You got miscellaneous costs, things that you never even accounted for. So we gotta account for it now. But yeah, let me know what kind of tree that is, because we're thinking of cutting it off.
So that's it for the before walkthrough of this property. As you can see, it has a ton of potential. One thing I wanted to talk about is we've done a couple fix and flips now. I get work done. As far as the labor, I get it cheaper than some people do. For this entire property, our labor is gonna be 11 grand. I'll probably end up spending about, I'm gonna say 12 to 15 grand on materials. Hopefully we stay within the budget, but for now, let's see what the after looks like.
What's up, guys? We're back at the Vero Beach project. I got my partner Ken with me.
So how I got this lead was from a texting blast that I did back in January, February, where the lady really wanted $200,000 for the home, and it was a little bit too much for us. We originally offered $150. We settled on a number at $150, but she really was stuck on the $200,000 mark. We ended up agreeing to $170. We were able to take this down for a flip for $170,000. Take a look around.
So a little bit about the numbers on this deal. We bought it at $170,000. We spent about $40,000 on it so far, just under 41 grand. We'll be all in at about $210,000. Interest rates just dropped, so hopefully we get right at asking or maybe just above asking. After all the fees, commissions, and everything is accounted for, we'll net about $35,000 on this project.
So the two main issues we had for this property was the roof and the ceilings of the inside of the house. The roof had to be redone, and we knew we had that done, so we got that scheduled the first week that we bought the property. And now we're dealing with a ceiling issue where there's still some sort of like leaks, maybe we don't really know what it is exactly. They're trying to figure it out. So we're debating either, you know, just painting it up, cleaning it up, or just changing over to the other ceilings. But really up to the air right now because we have no idea what the contractor is going to do.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Vero property. We're right at the finish line, so come check out the final product. All right guys, so the moment you've all been waiting for. Hey, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the renovation. Do you think it looked luxury, or 1 out of 10, what would you guys give this renovation? We went ahead and got LVP flooring, put the gray on gray, went with the black accents all over the place. I'm right here in the kitchen, tried to make the kitchen feel super luxury. We got granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. Y'all let me know in the comments would y'all live here. So in the rooms, like I told you guys, it's very simple. You got your paint, you got light fixtures, and then you got flooring. This room right here was actually a converted garage. So that's one thing we ran into when we were marketing this property on the MLS. A lot of the buyers who came and walked the property, there was some people who just found that a converted garage wasn't, their forte. So those are some of the hurdles that we had to get over as far as retail buyers. Hey man, I wanna say shout out to CLS Roofing. We ran into some hiccups with this project. With this room ceiling actually caved in along with the bathroom right behind this room. And CLS, they looked out for us. So shout out Mazen and Anthony. They came in, they didn't charge us and forced us to go over budget. They just came in, got some drywall, and we're able to repatch the ceiling. So saved us a lot from losing money on this project. So we're in the master bedroom. We got, all the same finishes throughout. One quick tip when you're flipping houses is, you want to get multiple quotes from different general contractors. A lot of the times the cheapest isn't always the greatest, you know what I'm saying? So I know at the beginning I was saying that we were gonna spend 11 grand on the labor. Came out to about closer to 15 grand on the labor that we spent. And then we spent 25K on material. So throughout the project, we'd find little things here and there that bring our budget up essentially. So that's something to definitely look out for. So in here was the master bathroom. This is the ceiling that actually ended up caving in. So them boys got us right and patched this up. It didn't go into our budget. So take a look and let me know what you guys would rate this bathroom 1 through 10. So the big question, right? What did we walk away with on this property? Here's a receipt. So here's the HUD right here. Typically a HUD, just so if you guys don't know, a HUD is a settlement statement. So it's a receipt of when you purchase and sell real estate. So on the HUD, our proceeds are gonna be 80,000 and some change. And I believe our payout was about 81 grand. So we're essentially breaking even on this property. We'll come out of pocket a couple grand, but thank God we didn't go, 50K into the hole and lose 50 grand, because there was a point in this project where I thought we were gonna lose a crazy amount of money. We went a little bit over on our budget. We budgeted for 30 grand on the renovations. We ended up spending 40. When we first bought it back last July, the market was a little bit different and just the whole real estate landscape was a little different at the time. So, we thought we would sell this by December. We went a little bit over. We're in our 8th to 9th month holding onto this property. So your holding costs, mortgage payments, all that gets factored in and, basically eats up your profit. So, really this wasn't the craziest deal. We're looking to make 25 to 30 grand. And within that time frame, the payments and all the interest payments ate up a lot of our profit. So if you're getting into fixing flipping houses, Be very wary of what your ARV is, how much you're gonna spend, and don't overpay for properties, you know, if you don't know what you're doing and you're not experiencing this business, because the market can change, right? There's a lot of different factors. You may spend a little bit more on your renovation. You won't be as fortunate, you know, as we were in this situation. You know, in this business, you could possibly lose, you know, hundreds of thousands. So just something to be very wary of if you're just getting into real estate investing. So I had a private lender on this deal as well. So shout out my private lender for trusting in me. You know, he's seen the vision, even though it did take a little longer than what we expected for this house to sell. He's still gonna get paid all his money day of closing. As far as the 40 grand he lent over to us, he was getting 12.5 annualized interest on this property. So essentially he'll get the 40K back on top of 3,700 bucks. So if you are a private lender and you're looking to get into these deals passively, learn the ins and outs of real estate, you want to come walk the projects and truly dive into the world of real estate investing, go ahead and leave a comment or follow me on IG. Reach out. We'll see what exactly works best for you in your situation. Okay, so this is him calling right now, my partner from New York. We went into this deal together. I'm gonna get his reaction. I'm gonna make it quick, bro. You're on video. You know, 8 to 9 months ago, we went in on this property. I just wanna get your thoughts and reactions now that we're wrapping it up.
No, I mean, I'm excited. I've learned so many things with this flip itself. There were some mistakes and some good things that we've done on this property. So honestly, very grateful that we came this far to the point where we're closing. I believe it's today, so hopefully we get that all wrapped up. Very excited for the next one, and let's get more deals.
Yes, sir. No, I'm very glad and grateful that you reached out to me, bro, and you know, got your first flip done in Florida. I want to keep stacking them, bro. I know we've stacked some wholesale wins, so I want to keep stacking them, bro. Let's get some flips, some more flips in Florida, bro. And you know, if you ever want to partner up and you know and keep it going, bro, like that's what I'm here for. So I'm very grateful that you reached out to me with this opportunity, bro. For sure, bro.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
On to the next one, bro.
All right, guys. So that's it for this video. If you like the video, hey, make sure you hit the like button. You know, stop what you're doing, matter of fact, and go hit the like button. Subscribe. If you want more deal breakdown, you know, make sure y'all follow the channel. This year, I want to really stick to my word and do more wholesale deal breakdowns. I've learned, you know, how to structure novations now. So we have a few novations that we've been working on. We should have a few closing within the next few months. You know, the end of the quarter for 2024 was really good for us. We did 7 deals, whether it was wholesale or whether it was novation deals. So I really want to start breaking it down for you guys, what we're saying on the phone, how we're getting the deals, and you know, just being open, transparent. I'm gonna show you guys my wins. I'm gonna show you my losses. If you haven't seen, you know, some of our other fix and flip videos, make sure you check it out. You know, I'll put some pop-ups here or a link in the description. I appreciate you guys if you watched all the way to the end. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.